Kyle Anderson. Oh, nice step through to get to the basket.
Ooh, Ed, looking like the young Manu Ginobili with hair out there with the Euro step.
That wasn't that long ago, was it? Simmons to Tobias Harris. Butler to Simmons. Jonas Valanciunas snatching it out of the air.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Lets it fly from long range. Misfires. It's no good. Deep left corner for three. His first effort off the mark. To Simmons. Screen coming. Butler to Embiid. Slam dunk.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Grizzlies at the controls right now. A couple of cracks at the line now.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Notch down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Into the front court comes Simmons. He'll run the offense. Oh, Ben Simmons. 2 of 4 now.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old, simple, bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Kyle Anderson able to recover with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Embiid. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Joel Embiid has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 77% at the line. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Conley. Can't connect from in close. Simmons with it. His team up by 1. Mike Conley, huge block. That's out. Last touch by Mike Conley. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Memphis with the rock. Ben Simmons with a piece.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Grayson Allen. They go down low to Simmons. Oh, emphatic slam.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
With a drop step. Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Simmons with it. Leads 1. Anderson rocking the rim.
I don't think I could do that on the 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Simmons to Allen. They go down low to Simmons. Slams it down.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Easy path to the rim.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Simmons The screen sets him up for two.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Sixers control it to Brunson. Grayson Allen sets him up, flushes down the slam. Jay, they make it look so easy.
Yeah, but it's really not that easy. And as a passer, if your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
Simmons into the front court. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Flushes it home. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
I got him.
Simmons to Brunson. Has a chance. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
What was once a tight space is no longer. There is absolutely no way the defender can recover after that move.
Deep three at the buzzer. That's the end of one here in game number 3. And we're back after this. You're tuned into the NBA Finals on EA Sports. Jay, one quarter down. Both sides.
Let's go, fellas. It's go time.
Kyle Anderson swats it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First one, count it. And gets both to drop at the line. It's Grizzlies ball. To Kyle Anderson. Nice pass to set things up.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Baller into the front court. Leads 4. With a drop step. That's no good. Love the hustle. Sprawl down on the deck. And he stepped out of bounds. Turns the ball over. To Valanciunas. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Oh, he had it. Memphis, they've got it. Anderson fires the 3, and the rebound taken down by Harris. Grayson Allen goes to the right side. Down low for Harris. Got it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Valanciunas. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
And one. Embiid, good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Butler. Five on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid. And the rebound taken in by Memphis. Grizzlies own the basketball. Has a look. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something, get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
To Brunson. Driving right to the basket. Joel Embiid. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Slams it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Knocked loose. Taken away by the Grizzlies. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Butler to Embiid. And 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
Old school equals high percentage.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Here we go.
Grayson Allen to Brunson. To Tobias Harris. The Sixers with 4 to shoot. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Bradley. Avery Bradley. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And the finish. Slam dunk. Desperation shot here from half court. So the 2 teams will head to the locker room as we reach the break here in game number 3. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
The Grizzlies are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk. All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Grizzlies at the controls right now. To Valanciunas. Joel Embiid. Tips it. 4th this contest. Here's a chance from long range.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Here's Simmons with it up top. The deficit now up to 5. Fires the 3. Off the iron. No good.
I got him. Here we go.
Embiid, good for 2.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Memphis with the run. Not going down for him this time. Jonas Valanciunas looking good. 4 for 5.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Count the basket at the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Butler to Embiid. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Deep and a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Sixers call for time as they'll discuss matters. Simmons to Embiid. Scores from the post.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Gets toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want.
In a flash, scores at the rim.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
It's Grizzlies ball. Conley. Probing the defense. To Valanciunas. The pass set it all up.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on the swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
To Embiid. He throws it down. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Deep left corner. Nothing going here on that drive. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
First one goes down. 2 for 2 on that trip. Butler to bring it up. His guys down 11. To Embiid. Oh, he had him there for a second. Short jumper misses. Across the timeline, it's Conley. Looking to make something happen from long range. Missed it. Grayson Allen to Simmons. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Conley. And stuffs it home.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
And he scores. They took a big step, but they'll count the bucket.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Nothing going here on that drive. Trying to cash in. Well defended. Shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
And the front court comes Simmons. Down 11. Gets it in the left corner. Embiid to Simmons. Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Simmons with it. The deficit now up to 13. Count it.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collected. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
One free throw up and good. The lead now 14. Sixers have the basketball. Simmons to Tobias Harris. Takes stock of the floor. And that's rebounded by the Grizzlies. To Conley. Joel Embiid pins it. Ooh, 5 now.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Grizzlies with 4 to shoot. Turnaround, it's good.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
20-footer at the buzzer. Grizzlies get the victory. And for the very first time in franchise history, they are NBA champions. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
The Grizzlies were solid in today's victory. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Memphis Grizzlies. the 76ers. Didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored. For the Philadelphia 76ers,
Game track. Bench points.
the Memphis Grizzlies had the kind of bench production that will make any coach proud. NBA games can be made easier when you're working with depth, and that's exactly what happened here today.
Player of the game.
Easy choice for player of the game. No one else made as big of an impact in this matchup.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing out.